Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. My name is editor Martin Creamer. Joins me today to unpack the latest in the mining industry. Welcome, Martin.
Hi, Sashni.
So, government can help boost economic growth by joining the promotion of platinum group metals.
You know, we're so blessed with platinum group metals. They are such incredible metals, particularly at this time, as the world is joined to move against climate change. And you see fuel cells being developed in the world, you know, new factories opening for these. We know that the demand should be there for the next decade. Yet you don't get promotion of these metals for some reason. You don't get roadshows going out from South Africa Incorporated to show the role that we can play in this climate change mitigation. You don't even hear it, you know, coming out of Minerals Council South Africa enough. You don't even hear it coming out of the Department of Minerals, Resources and Energy. And one almost gets the perception from Mineral Resources and Energy that they favor carbonized activities, which the world is going against and which can hurt us in the medium term with exports. You know, people are going to possibly, after this COP26 in Glasgow, coming up in November, they might come down very, very harshly on carbonized activities to a point where you might produce something using coal-fired power and countries might say, we're not going to bring that in as an import because it's carbonized and we don't want to encourage carbonization. So why do we not really get on this opportunity, which is really a decade long, at least, I think, probably more, to actually promote these metals, to promote the use of these metals, both for, you know, electrolysis and in electrolyzers, as well as in fuel cells, because I think the more we promote those, the more we will realize that we have to produce them at acceptable levels so that the price does not spike. And it's such a basket of measures there that, you know, the iridium factor could come back to haunt us if we don't have enough iridium. We need to make sure we've got a good balance of these particular products and to go into every aspect of platinum as well, the coins, the jewelry, every type of activity we should be promoting as a national patrimony. And I don't see this promotion, and I think it is wrong. We as South Africans need to be getting on our soapbox, and it's so easily, you know, done these days. You don't even have to leave your own terrain. You can arrange, you know, road shows that are online and people listening. I don't hear it. I hear a lot about hydrogen where we linked that we need to come up high on the platinum group metals side. We need to be using the online opportunity to communicate this to the world, and that we get ingrained with this is the solution. And I think this solution is a good one because we have had a good period of being able to supply without any problem, and supply is important.
And you mentioned the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy, and they could be clearing South Africa's exploration backlog.
You know, this clearance of the exploration backlog is absolutely crucial. You know, you've got 5,000 applications just on the exploration side, and you've got about 235 on the mining rights side blocked. And they go along to Parliament. Parliament has to extract this information. They don't even tell us without Parliament pulling it out of them. And then what steps are being taken to eradicate this? I think there's too much of a languid approach there. This is the opportunity now. Never mind policy change. Every single party in the country will agree on a backlog being removed. No one will oppose that. So why is it not being accelerated? We see people trying to promote it. We see some draft regulations come out around exploration that indicate that the industry hasn't even got on the phone or got on an online Zoom to find out what is really needed, and they're just creating more delays. If you come up with draft regulations that don't even mention the right chips, you know, you're going to just delay things. We can't have delays. What are these people doing? We've got so many people sitting there. Why don't they communicate? Why don't they find out? Why don't they appoint someone to speak to the industry online and find out what needs to be done and how we can get rid of this exploration backlog. And they get to events and they just tell you, in the next 3 months, we will have an exploration strategy. And I can remember at one event, the moderator remarked, that means you have to have it by January the 8th this year. And they said yes. Now for them to say yes so casually like that and then just flout and not even meet that deadline, not even now, I think some action has to be taken against these people. We are the taxpayers here. We're paying their money. We can't have them just languishing around the place, and we've got to get rid of this backlog.
And lastly, as the country's ferrochrome industry is fighting for survival, it's taken its first steps towards independent power production.
Yes, it's taking its first steps towards independent power production. This is a magnificent industry. You know, when people talk beneficiation, this was a beneficiated industry. No one had to come along with a big stick and say to the chrome producers, you have to beneficiate. They saw the opportunity. They saw that there was cheap electricity and that they could take the chrome and move it up to ferrochrome and lift the price 5 times. Now that is the sort of beneficiation we want. But through the absolute negligent leadership of Eskom, we saw the price go up. So that whole business case, which is being promoted verbally by the government, gets smashed by the government. The same government ruins it. If that government has ruined it like that, they've got to be pragmatic. And they've got to come in and say, look, we're going to have to be pragmatic about these electricity prices we charge you. Otherwise, China's going to take this whole market using our chrome. You don't see enough urgency again. You saw the cabinet deciding that there would be a chrome export tax, but you don't even see it being implemented. There's still the carbon tax. There's still so much uncertainty. If there was not that uncertainty, that industry would be rushing out and moving towards 750 megawatts of generated electricity by the industry. But at the moment, they're just starting on the cogeneration side and putting their tenders out, but not really moving as vigorously as they could because they need that certainty. How difficult is it to create certainty? You know, all you've got to say is we're going to do this at such and such a date, even if it's extended. People know where they are, but you are not getting the certainty. And again, it's not something that would require a huge amount of work and a huge amount of investment. It's just sitting down and reaching a decision. But we've got to have those decisions because we need that sort of level of renewable energy. You know, this would be really the biggest lot of renewable energy we've ever had. And here's an industry prepared to do it. And all they want is certainty, but they're not getting it.
Thanks for speaking with us, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Sashni.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. And don't forget to listen to the audio version of our Mining Weekly daily email newsletter.